our business in Europe trip, we traveled to 3 different countries: Germany, France, and Spain. We found Germany to be the most fascinating of these countries because of their business practices and of their unique culture. In this video, we are going to show you why culture is so unique and how their economy thrives. Germany's rich culture revolves around its astonishing architecture, art, music, film, and delicious foods. First of all, Germany is about the size of Montana and inhabits nearly 82 million people. This makes it one of the most densely populated countries in the world. It is also one of the most beautiful countries in Europe because of their heavy green vegetation, mountains, and preservation of the wildlife. Unlike most countries in Europe, Germans consider Saturday a normal workday. Most stores are open on Saturdays, but close at 1 p.m. Traveling in Germany is rather easy because they have one of the best public transportation systems in the world. Germans, however, love their cars. It is home of the Autobahn, where people can drive their cars up to 300 kilometers per hour. Germans also really love their beer. There are over 1,500 different types and brands of German beers, making them the second largest consumer of beer in the world. Germans are well known for business because they have the strongest economy in the European Union and the third strongest in the world. Conducting business in Germany is rather easy because they do not require a personal relationship in order for a transaction or business deal to take place. When meeting a person, deliver a firm handshake and greet the person by their title and surname. Academic credentials and the amount of time that your business has been operating are tremendously important. Germans do not encourage an open-door policy, meaning that their office doors will be shut. They communicate rather formally. However, they will be very direct and blunt. During a business meeting, the eldest or highest-ranking person always enters the room first, and most often than not, men enter before women. It is important that meetings begin on time and end when scheduled. Take note that when negotiating business in Germany, once a decision has been made, it will not change. The German way of business is very hierarchical, and almost all decision-making occurs at the top of the company. While in Cologne, we saw many ancient and fascinating pieces of architecture. The one piece that we found most interesting was the Cologne Cathedral, because of its Gothic architecture and sheer size. The Cologne Cathedral is a Roman Catholic church that attracts an average of 20,000 people a day, making it Germany's most visited landmark. Construction of the cathedral began in 1248 and was finally completed in 1880. It was dedicated to St. Peter and the Blessed Virgin Mary. It stands 157 meters tall. The long hike to the top of the cathedral leads to the best view of the city that Cologne has to offer. At one point from 1880 to 1884, it was the tallest structure in the world. Today, the Cologne Cathedral is the third largest cathedral in the world.
In a matter of minutes, we're going to start hearing the bells ringing all across the country. The bells which will be the death knell for both East and West Germany, at the same time tolling the beginning of a...
The two most celebrated German holidays are Oktoberfest and the Unification. Oktoberfest is the biggest festival of the year and is comparable to Mardi Gras in America. The festival lasts 16 to 18 days and takes place in Munich. The theme of the festival is Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. One of the first days of the party, the mayor begins by tapping a keg. The festival includes several tents owned by different breweries, and people from all over the world come to celebrate. Only beer within the city limits of Munich, and with a 13.5% alcohol, is served at the festival. It is said that the 16 days of the event, nearly 7 million liters of beer are consumed. The unification of Germany is the only public holiday that is federally mandated, often called Germany's Unity Day. It takes place on October 3rd and is dedicated to the reunification of East and West Germany in 1990. Germans celebrated by hosting a festival in a different city each year. This year's festivities will be held in Bonn. On this day, it is very common to see documentaries and short films about the history of the two former separated states. There are many different ways to describe German cooking. The food varies from region to region. The southern area is Austria and Switzerland inspired. The southwest area has a French flair. The eastern region is more Eastern Europe influence. They have some of the same common type dishes. These include sauerkraut, potatoes, rye bread, and sweet desserts. They do, however, prepare them in different ways. These regions are constantly competing as to serve the best recipes. Their drink preference is beer and mostly white wine. In the traditional German culture, breakfast is light with the main meal is at noon. On the weekends, the family usually will eat a large meal around 2 p.m. Coffee or tea time is in the afternoon with cookies or sweet cake. The evening meal can be hot or leftovers from the lunch menu. Some famous German foods include Wiener Schnitzel, Wurst, potato, pancake, sauerkraut, pretzels, and strudel cake. Wiener Schnitzel is a breaded fried veal cutlet. It is cooked in butter or oil served with lemon. This dish can also be served with chicken, pork, cutlet, or sliced turkey breast. Wurst is a big part of the German culture. It consists of sausage and cold cuts. There are 1,500 kinds of Wurst. They can be served fresh, raw, cooked, boiled, or bratwurst. Sauerkraut, or sour cabbage, is probably the most well-known food from Germany. It is thinly sliced green cabbage that has been fermented or pickled. This process gives it a distinct sour flavor. Thank you for watching our video, and if you get a chance, we recommend you visit Germany.